Ayo! What is good, everybody? Welcome to the Ally Guide, where I explain everything you didn't know about allies. So I'm going to be covering everything from the whens and whys, my thought process on allies, and, the different types of builds, too. But before we get into any of that, like, comment, of course, subscribe, do what you got to do, and let's get it moving.
Welcome to Karma's Fish Market, where everything is raw, but our service is piping hot.
Alright, so let's look into the types of playstyles there are. These playstyles would be tank, controller stall, DPS, crit or burst, and for a bonus, multi-strike. Now I know you're probably thinking, why are playstyles this important? It's important because the type of playstyle you use, that's what determines the type of build will work best for you. Choosing a main ally. Now, the connection between your main ally and your playstyle is what's called a passive. What is a passive? It's a permanent buff that's shared only through your main ally. So if you're running tank, then you're going to focus on CDR and damage reduction. If you're running control or stall, you'll focus mainly on CDR. If you're running DPS, you're going to run AP or, any type of damage. If you're running crit, then you're going to focus solely on crit damage. If you're running multi-strike, of course, you're running multi-strike and or AP. Choosing supporting allies. Basically, if the passive of my main ally, say, was crit damage, for my supporters, I'm going to look for the ultimate and the EX that will increase my main ally's passive. A good example would be Love Luminous will increase your crit damage, OG Airy increases damage, crit Captain Airy increases crit damage and crit percentage. So it's like they will increase my main ally's passive, as that's the indicator of a good support ally. So you made it this far and you're still not yet subscribed? I feel like that's the most logical thing you can do. I mean, go ahead, do it right now. I'll wait for you. The thought process. Alright, yes, this is my actual build. I'm a crit user, I'm a crit or burst player, but I'll explain the zeros in a bit. But I just want to talk about Love Luminous for a few seconds. And basically, if you go back to my actual stats, my crit damage is way up there. It's all the way at 221%. And in most cases, 250% crit damage is the max limit you can have. So explaining why I love Luminous so much is because his talent will increase my crit damage by 30%, and that will literally max out my crit damage. So now it brings me to why I have so many zeros. It's simply because they all silence enemies and they steal attack and defense from enemies. And I know this literally defies everything I just explained previously, but this is what I call a sub-main. So we know that I completely maxed out my crit damage. So basically, I cannot build crit anymore. So when you look at attributes of different games, obviously, if you max speed, you're going to start maxing out strength and working on your durability, blah, blah, blah. This is how I see it. I maxed out crit damage. Now I can focus on building something else. And in my choice, I chose to work on my control. And it's straight up zeros. Silence and stuns and stealing attack and defense from them. And what this does is, like, they act as minefields. Like, they act like the minefield EX. So I don't need to run minefield as my EX anymore. I can use, like, Dustbuster or something else. Like, I have freedom to do whatever I want, all because I maxed one single stat. And that's the thought process on my specific build. And a lot of people tell me like, oh, there's no reason why you need that high of a crit. Well, like I just explained the greatest theory in all of Raja history on why I need that high of a crit. So you know what? I won't listen to those people because they're dumb. In my mind, they're stupid as stupid comes. But basically, you want to enhance. Your supporters are there to support your main ally, and your main ally is there to support your play style. And basically that is it. Thank you guys so much for showing up. If you made it this far, shit, props to you. Thank you so much. And leave a like, comment, let me know what type of content you want to see next. And you know what it is. Peace.
And don't forget to stop by Karma's Fish Market.